Okay, so here is my 22 Miata RF Supercharged for sale. Just want to give you a full walkthrough of the car. I'll go over some of the exterior stuff, some of the imperfections, some of the highlights, mods, all that kind of stuff, just so you can kind of get a good idea. So starting with the exterior, obviously painted in blue mica pearl. Paint is in decent shape. Obviously it had that front end impact. So I'll kind of just walk you through what, what was repaired. So you can kind of see on the bumper here, doesn't really align as perfect and there's a little crack there. And then right here between the fender and the hood, there's a little bit of a gap. And then between the front bumper and the hood over here, a little bit of a gap. A little dent over here, a little bit over here, and a tiny dent popping out over here. The front bumper's got a couple of rock chips and that kind of stuff. The paint work was mostly on the front end here. The fender was painted, and I think it was blended into the door here as well. So you can kind of see a little bit of the paint work. I don't think it's terrible, but you can definitely tell. All right, right over here. A little bit of a chip right over here. And I think this is kind of the most glaring thing, is right over here, a little bit of the crack. The headlights are fully functional, even though it has the headlight error message on, which I'll show you. Both the adaptive headlights, the auto headlights, all that works. I swapped out the front grille for the Spider Miata grille. Obviously the car's supercharger, so you can see the heat exchanger in there. The newer grille obviously gives a lot more flow. The old one is kind of blocked off on the top part here. Plus I just think overall it just looks a little bit better. A little bit of a scratch right over here and a couple of rock chips on the hood that you can see. And then the bumper over here, this pops out sometimes. The fender liner is a little bit ripped on the inside, but this pops right back in. The wheels, you have a little bit of a curb rash on this one. Just trying to see exactly where it is. Maybe it was the other one. Yeah, it was the back one. I'll walk you back through over there too. Windshield is good. Driver's side is good here. I'll show you how the roof functions too. I usually try to keep it down. Interior is fairly clean. Door panels, factory paint match, it comes from the factory that way. The leather heated seats. The driver's seat's the only one that shows a little bit of wear. No one really sits in the passenger seat, so it still looks like it's brand new. Steering wheel looks good. Shifter is OEM. I added the magnetic phone holder / charger over here. And then a mount for the dash cam. I'll probably just pull that out. I do have the RF roof controller. So the benefit of that is that, with the push of the button right there, you don't have to hold it. You just push it either open or close, and it just functions with one touch. It also works at a higher speed, and you can also use it while in reverse, which is nice. And that can be programmed. Our rear wheels. A little bit of the curb rash right over here. It has Michelin Pilot Super Sports on there. Tires have tread, but they're Pilot Super Sports, so they do wear out pretty quickly. A little bit of a chip on the door here. Rear end is basically very clean. There wasn't really any damage there. A little bit of a chip on the hood over here. As stated in the ad, it has a full JDL exhaust. So that's including the headers and the full exhaust from the header back as well. It's a really, really nice system. You can see underneath. OEM suspension with lowering springs. The Progress lowering springs. OEM sway bars. You can see the exhaust. Like I said, it's a really, really nice system. Very high end, and it sounds great. Passenger side looks good. I'll pop the hood. I'll also start the car. The plate adapter is really cool too because it keeps the tow hook cover on, and it's a quick release. Like the adapter comes with it, so it slides out really easily. And I just think overall it looks a little bit nicer. Okay, engine bay. Very clean in here. Only a couple of flaws in the engine bay. Missing the little clip here to hold the washer. Otherwise, like I said, very clean. And then the fuse box cover. The previous owner thought it'd be kind of funny to just zip tie the two pieces together. I mean, again, other than that, it's very, very clean in here. Supercharger that I installed. It's a full Edelbrock kit. Really, really nice setup. Looks very factory. You can probably see the blower down there, or maybe not. The water, air-to-water intercooler system. And then the JDL header. Again, very nice setup. Coated by JDL. It was not cheap. Headlight bracket is missing a bolt there, and I think there was on this one, you can see a little bit of wear and tear on the headlight bracket, like right over here, but the headlights function just fine. I'll start the car up for you. It's tuned by Fab9 Tuning, who specializes in these cars, and they have the best tune for the Edelbrock kit. You'll see the dash lights too. The startup RPM is a little bit on the higher end. JDL has it set up that way. They just say it's better. I mean, I could have them retune the car and have the cold start deleted, but I didn't want to. You see cold start. Obviously I drive the car all the time, so it's got 16,284 miles, original miles. And I'll go over the dash lights real quick. So obviously tire pressure because I don't have the sensors in the wheels. And then the two headlight malfunction lights, the automatic headlight and the adaptive light error. Again, no problems with the headlights. I think it just needs coating from the Mazda dealership. No check engine light or anything like that. AC works, cold, heat works, backup camera works. I'll show you the roof function. I'll get out of the car so you can see the one-touch function. It's super quick. No leaks or anything. The hardtop looks phenomenal on the car. I think the car looks great with the top up or down. The JDL exhaust again. I'll give it a little bit of a rev, but I don't think you're gonna be able to hear from the inside. that's the basic gist of it. If you have any questions, obviously, reach out to me, let me know.